Hey YouTube. I haven't made a video in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, so I thought I should make another one. But even though I'm kind of sick today, I'm still gonna make one. So I thought that since I did a series on my eating disorder story, that I would do sort of a series or kind of a conjunction of everything with my recovery and the steps I took and nutrition and just make different videos on that and different triggers that I have now and everything like that. So, um, as I said, I think I said that in my eating disorder videos, that I've attempted recovery twice before this past time, which is my third time this time, and they did not go over so well because my recovery the past two times that I failed it was mainly to gain weight back and to please people around me so that people would stop bugging me about how I looked, and it was mainly just a food-based recovery, a weight gain recovery. It wasn't working on my mind at all. It was only the physical aspect. So whenever you do recovery um, and you're just trying to gain weight, it's never going to work. It's a hand-in-hand thing. It's got to be physical and mental and emotional and spiritual. It's got to be a combination of things, because if you're just working on one part of yourself, especially the physical part, you're never going to grow mentally. You're still going to be stuck. You're still going to have that mindset that you're in with the eating disorder. Your body may be healthier, things inside may be repairing, but your mind is still damaged, and that's the most important part, I believe. That's why I don't say my weight in my videos, or I'm not ever going to say my weight, because I feel like it's too triggering for some people, and I respect that. And I feel like an eating disorder isn't just about weight. I feel like too many people and doctors emphasize weight too much in eating disorder people. If you're not thin enough and you don't have an eating disorder, that is not true. Um, with my bulimia and the onset of my anorexia, nobody knew I had an eating disorder physically. Nobody could see that. Um, but there was a moment in my anorexia when it was very, very noticeable. But it doesn't matter though, because the physical aspect is just a symptom. The food of what you're eating is just a symptom. It's not the real problem. It's not the issue. The issue is what's going on inside. But so this past time with my recovery, it was a very slow process, and I'm still in recovery. Sometimes I don't think that you'll ever be recovered. Um, there's a point in time whenever you can manage it, you can control it, the thoughts aren't as prominent, but it's always a lifelong process. We're always learning about ourselves every day, I believe, and just discovering new things about ourselves and actively avoiding triggers. That's the one thing that you have to do when you start recovery, is all the things that aren't necessary, that are around you now, you have to avoid them, like stepping on the scale all the time, um, standing in front of the mirror for too long and just picking apart all your flaws. When you first attempt recovery, those things just need to be put to the side, because they're very triggering, and at the onset of it, it's very depressing. So that's something that just needs to be thrown aside. Anything that's active, just all the media influences, magazines, everything. It needs to, anything that doesn't have to be in your life needs to be thrown out. And sometimes it's hard because the eating disorder likes to hold on to those things, but you got to cut the apron strings to the eating disorder, or you will never get better. Um, gosh, with I guess I can start talking about the food part first of recovery and nutrition, and how I started to recover with food, as that seems to be a very hard part for a lot of people, to start uptaking their calorie intake and avoiding their old behaviors. So what I did whenever I first started recovering, I was eating at a very, very, very low calorie intake as I was in my anorexia, and I wasn't eating much throughout the day. But in the recovery, the last two times that I attempted recovery, I automatically just started eating again, and I ate really bad foods, and it even made me feel worse about myself. So that is not the way to go about things, not to please other people, but to do it for yourself. Um, and you have to take the food process very slowly because the food and the mind, when you're in recovery, it kind of goes hand in hand. The food is an emotional comfort. It's there when nobody else is. So that's how we look at food. We look at food as a comfort, and then sometimes we look at food as evil, as all the bad emotions in our life. We want to get those out of our life, get the food out of our life, so that we can control what's going on inside. We can control what's around us by controlling our bodies. So what I did is start uptaking my calories at least 100 a week. Where I started from, I would add 100 every week and make it a slow process. And if I was having a bad week, I'd add just 50 a week, because you've got to heal your body. Your body has undergone so much damage inside that you might not even know, even if you are at a healthy weight. Refeeding syndrome is very tough because you will start to have physical problems like digestive problems and all that type of stuff. So it's very important in recovery that you refeed slowly, and while you're refeeding, to work on your mind and to allow the healing process to go on. So um, I'll make a part two to this because I think that the time's almost up. So um, hope you can enjoy this or get something out of it. So bye.